What's all that noise from within? Well, it's the groundbreaking for the acclaimed classical repertory theater coming to Pasadena next year. Resident artist Stephen Rockwell from A Noise Within is here to tell us more about the big move. Thanks for being with us this evening, Stephen.
Bet, Larry. Thanks for having me.
Challenging year this year for theater companies with the Pasadena Playhouse's bankruptcy. Why make the move now?
Well, it's fascinating. The people who run our theater company, Julia Rodriguez-Elliott and Jeff Elliott, they're fond of saying, we didn't choose this time chose us.
Okay.
There was a situation where there was a piece of land that was available. The city of Pasadena was able to pull some strings, work its magic, and make this space available to A Noise Within, so we were able to find a place for a permanent home. We've been looking for a permanent home for many years, I would say close to 10 years, and finding a solution has been a challenge. Finally, the solution came along just as the economic bubble burst. But we were dogged. We did not give in. We said this time has chosen us, and we're going to do everything in our power.
How did you survive those economic woes?
Well, Noise Within has always operated in the black. We have never run a deficit ever, not one single year. So we're pretty financially conscious. We're aware of how much money we have to spend, and we try only to spend what we've got. And I think having that reputation helped us. When we went asking for money, people realized we were responsible with money, so they were willing to give us some even in a time when it was tough.
What are your plans to draw an audience?
Well, we have a really loyal, faithful subscription base already. We've been in existence in Glendale for closing on 18 years. We have a very loyal following, which we're really blessed to have. And a lot of our subscribers are already in East Los Angeles and Pasadena and Glendale and La Cañada and in this area already. So we're hoping we can build on the subscriber base we already have. Plus, Pasadena is such an arts-friendly community. We're hoping that what shall I say, momentum can spread.
What are some of the plays that your subscribers or your audience will get a chance to see?
Well, they just announced the season for the coming year. We'll be in Glendale for one more year. We always do Shakespeare, lots and lots of Shakespeare. We bring in thousands, literally thousands of students every year to see Shakespeare plays. But we're starting with Measure for Measure, Shakespeare. We'll be doing a Noel Coward play, Blithe Spirit, an adaptation of Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. We'll be bringing back a successful production of Noises Off. Then we'll be doing The Comedy of Errors, another Shakespeare play. A Tennessee Williams play, The Eccentricities of a Nightingale, and a Eugene Ionesco play, The Chairs.
That sounds like an exciting lineup there.
I think so. We always try to do some Shakespeare, and then we try to mix in some other classical playwrights from all over the world.
And I understand you have a groundbreaking tomorrow.
We do. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
Who's going to be there? Give us some specifics.
Well, I know the mayor's going to be there, and some city council members.
Okay.
All of our board members are going to be there, our artistic directors, many of our company members, including myself. It's an extremely exciting day for all of us, so our whole company will be there. It's at 3352 Foothill, the corner of Foothill and Sierra Madre Villa Boulevard in the old Stewart Pharmaceutical Building. Beautiful building that was designed by Edward Durrell Stone, famous architect, and they preserved that building in the facade.
And I understand you'll have a 33,000 square foot theater there.
We will indeed. It'll seat about 350 people. It'll still be very intimate, but it'll double the size. We're currently about 150, so we can bring in a lot more students, a lot more audience, and sell more tickets.
Why East Pasadena?
Well, like I said, we've been trying to find a home, and Mayor Bogard came to see one of our productions, was very taken with our theater company, became an avid supporter, which we're very grateful for, and he knew about this piece of property in East Pasadena, so we didn't necessarily seek out this location, but it turned out to be a perfect location for us to be in.
Okay. And I know that in education, when funding is cut, it's always something to do with art, seems like.
The
first to go. How do you plan to participate in arts education in Pasadena?
Well, we have a huge education program. 1/3 of our budget is spent on educational programs, outreach programs. We go into high schools, junior high schools. We send actors into colleges and to speak with students. We do workshops in the theater where students come before the play and find out, ask questions. We do question and answer periods after the performances. So we're going to continue to build on the grants that we've already been receiving, not national grants as well as local grants. We're going to keep hoping that the local community helps us out, and we're going to keep doing one foot in front of the other, making things happen.
What do you think some of those students have walked away with when you've done these educational experiences?
All I can say is, for me, one of the classic examples, there was a young woman, she was probably 12 or 13, at a talk back after the show. She raised her hand and said, "Could you tell me how this play has changed your life? Because it changed mine." So you just hear questions like that at the end of a performance. You think, we must be doing something good here, because if a student walks away thinking that their life has been changed by a Shakespeare play, then we must be doing something right.
And as a performer, what do you like your audience, when they come to see you in a play, what would you want them to walk away with?
Oh, hopefully the same appreciation and love of classical theater that I have. I was very fortunate when I was young. My parents took me to the theater and introduced me to the theater. I've loved it my whole life long. So I hope when young people come to see our plays, they come away with the same feeling that it's not the same as a movie. Having the actors there in the room with you is a different experience. It's centuries old. And I think we've been doing it all these years because it's different, it's special. And when the people leave, I hope they feel special.
How do actors get geared up or get in their head space to do a certain role?
It depends a little bit on the role.
Okay.
I think, if it's a comedic role, you try to get yourself in an up energy place and be ready to have some fun. I think if it's more tragic, you have to delve into the deeper, darker spaces. But usually there's a lot of, physical warm-up and vocal preparation and getting yourself ready to do the work that's required. And then usually each actor has their own moment or two before where they prepare psychologically and emotionally. Get ready to do your job.
Tell us quickly again about the groundbreaking tomorrow. What time?
It's
and
at
location
10,
one more time.
10 a.m. is when people can start arriving. I believe the groundbreaking is at 10:30 a.m., 3352 Foothill Boulevard on the corner of Sierra Madre Villa Boulevard. It's right by the Gold Line station. There's parking right at the Gold Line station there.
Okay. You have a website?
We do, anoisewithin.org. A Noise Within comes from Shakespeare. It's a stage direction.
Okay.
So you can look it up, anoisewithin.org.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us,
Thank
and
you so
best
much.
wishes on this year's endeavor.
Thank you very much, Larry. Appreciate your having me.
Lots going on in Pasadena.
I know. This is going to be a fun event, huh?
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for this newscast, but stay tuned after this broadcast for CCN's Game Changers, hosted by CCN's very own Tammy Devine. That's coming up next.
Special thanks to Police Chief Sanchez and Stephen Rockwell from Noise Within for going on camera with us. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, Wink Marketing, and Fruit of the Spirit Wisdom Cafe on North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. Thanks also to the CCN crew. This show would not be possible without you. Finally, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Join us each week as we cover the news in Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. For all of us here at CCN, have a wonderful week.